want to have some chit chat about the secret to building lasting habits.
Hey, Mohammed Rahil, it's great to have you here. I'd love to dive into the topic of building lasting habits with you. Where would you like to start? Are you curious about a particular aspect of habit formation?
First, tell me that what exactly habits are.
Absolutely. Habits are essentially automatic behaviors that we perform regularly, often without even thinking about them. They're formed through repetition and can be both positive, like exercising regularly, or negative, like procrastinating. Essentially, they help us save mental energy by making certain actions more automatic.
Why do habits play such an important role in our daily life?
Habits are super important because they basically shape a large part of our daily life. They save us time and mental energy, so we don't have to constantly make decisions about routine tasks. Plus, they can really influence our overall well being and success. Good habits can lead to positive outcomes, while bad habits can hold us back. It's all about that consistency.
But why do people often struggle to build new habits and break the old ones?
That's a great question. It can be tricky because our brains love efficiency and the familiar patterns of old habits. Plus, new habits require effort and consistency, which can be challenging. There's also the factor of instant gratification versus long-term rewards, and sometimes we just don't have the right cues or support in place. It takes a bit of patience and strategy.
How can we understand about the psychology behind the habits and how it affects our daily life and routine and our behavior?
Understanding the psychology of habits involves looking at the habit loop, which includes a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is what reinforces it. This loop is what makes habits so powerful. By understanding these components, we can figure out how to change or reinforce habits. And since habits shape so much of our behavior, they ultimately influence our routines, productivity, and even our identity. It's pretty fascinating.
Is there any effect of habits on our behavior?
Absolutely. Habits have a huge impact on our behavior because they essentially dictate a lot of what we do automatically. Positive habits can lead to more productive, healthier, and more fulfilling lives, while negative habits can create obstacles or even stress. They shape our routines, our decision making, and how we respond to different situations. So the habits we cultivate really do shape who we are and how we live.
Then, what is the difference between motivation and the discipline when it comes to building habit?
That's a great distinction. Motivation is that initial spark that drives you to start a new habit. It's that feeling of excitement or inspiration. But motivation can be a bit unpredictable and can fade over time. Discipline, on the other hand, is the incessant effort and commitment to keep going even when motivation wanes. So while motivation gets you started, discipline is what helps you stick with it long term. Both are important, but discipline is the real game changer.
Are there any difference between habits and hobbies, or are they same?
They do have some differences. Habits are usually automatic behaviors that we do regularly, often without much conscious thought, like brushing your teeth or checking your phone. Hobbies, on the other hand, are activities that we engage in for enjoyment, creativity, or relaxation, and they usually require a bit more intentionality and can be more flexible. So while habits are more about consistency and routine, hobbies are about passion and enjoyment.
How small habits can change life over time?
Small habits can have a massive impact over time because they compound like little drops that eventually fill a bucket. Consistently practicing small positive habits can lead to big changes in the long run. For example, reading a few pages each day can lead to a vast amount of knowledge over time, or taking a short walk daily can significantly boost your health. These small actions create a ripple effect that shapes our identity and their outcomes. So, making a big difference in the long haul.
What are some effective strategies to make a habit stick?
There are quite a few strategies that can help make habits stick. One is to start small, so it feels manageable and not overwhelming. Another is to be consistent and tie the habit to an existing routine, so it becomes part of your daily life. Using reminders or cues can also help trigger the habit. Celebrating small wins and rewarding yourself can keep you motivated. And finally, having an accountability partner can really keep you on track. It's all about making it as easy and rewarding as possible.
Is there any impact of environment or people around us influence on our habits?
Absolutely. Our environment and the people around us have a huge impact on our habits. For example, if you're surrounded by people who encourage healthy behaviors, you're more likely to adopt those habits as well. Similarly, an environment that makes it easy to practice a habit, like having healthy food readily available, can make a big difference. On the flip side, a cluttered space or people with different habits can make it harder to stick to your goals. So creating a supportive environment and surrounding yourself with positive influences can definitely help.
To develop a habit, what is more important, consistency or intensity?
Consistency tends to be more crucial when it comes to building habits. It's the regular repetition of a behavior that really helps it stick over time. Intensity can be beneficial in the short term, but if it's too intense, it can lead to burnout or make it harder to maintain the habit. So small, consistent steps are usually the key to long-lasting habits.
How can we deal with the failure or missed days without losing momentum?
It's completely normal to have an off day or even a missed day. So the key is not to be too hard on yourself. One helpful strategy is to practice self-compassion and remind yourself that progress is not linear. Just get back on track the next day without dwelling on the slip-up. Another tip is to keep your habits flexible and adapt them if needed, and always celebrate the small wins to keep yourself motivated. It's all about maintaining that momentum and not letting a small setback derail you.
Then why is tracking progress is important to sustain a good habit?
Tracking progress is really powerful because it gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you stay accountable and reinforces the habit as something that you're actively working on. It really just keeps you on track and makes the journey feel more rewarding.
Tell me a simple way to avoid any bad habit.
One of the simplest ways to avoid a bad habit is to make it as inconvenient as possible. For example, if you want to reduce screen time, you could put your phone in another room or turn off notifications. Basically making the bad habit less accessible or less appealing can help you avoid it. And replacing it with a positive habit can make it even easier to stick to the good stuff.
Can long-lasting habits transform our identity?
Absolutely they can. Over time, as we consistently practice certain habits, they shape how we see ourselves and how we think about ourselves. For example, if you consistently exercise, you start to see yourself as an active and healthy person. This shift in identity makes it easier to maintain those habits because they feel more like a natural part of who you are. It's a powerful way to transform not just your actions, but your entire sense of self.
Tell me about some good habits that can change my life significantly.
There are quite a few impactful habits that can make a big difference. For instance, maintaining a regular sleep schedule can boost your overall health and productivity. Daily physical activity, even if it's just a short walk, can improve your mood and energy levels. Practicing gratitude or journaling can enhance your mental well-being. Reading regularly can expand your knowledge and creativity. And staying hydrated and eating balanced meals can have a huge impact on your energy levels and focus. Small, consistent changes in these areas can really transform your life.
If I want to start to build a good habit, what steps should I take first?
Starting with a good habit is all about keeping it simple and manageable. First, clearly define the habit you want to build and keep it really specific. Then start small, so it's easy to do consistently. Pair it with an existing habit or routine to make it easier to remember. Set a specific time or trigger for it, and track your progress to keep yourself motivated. And finally, be patient and kind to yourself along the way.
Okay, thanks for such a good chit chat. Now we'll talk later. Bye.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Feel free to reach out anytime. Have a great day and take care.